Caught in the Kendrick Lamar-Drake beef, Baka Not Nice is making headlines with a shady past and a fiery response. Welcome to Urban Culture HQ on 365 OTG Media. I'm your host, Serena, and today we're breaking down the saga of Baka Not Nice, a name that's been buzzing in the hip-hop world, especially after getting caught in the crossfire of the Kendrick Lamar-Drake beef. Let's get into it. First up, the Kendrick Lamar beef. Baka Not Nice, a longtime OVO affiliate, found himself in the spotlight during the explosive 2024 feud between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. On Kendrick's chart-topping diss track Not Like Us, he took a direct shot at Baka, rapping, "Baka got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boy. Certified pedophiles." The weird case Kendrick reference ties back to Baka's 2014 arrest in Toronto, where he was charged with forcing a 22-year-old woman into prostitution. Those charges were dropped when the woman refused to testify, but Baka pleaded guilty to assault and firearm-related violations, serving 6 months after spending 10 months in custody. Kendrick's bar reignited scrutiny, with fans on X echoing the lyric, some even questioning why Baka remains in Drake's circle. Baka didn't stay silent. He fired back on Instagram, calling out Kendrick's claims and showing support for Drake, posting paperwork. Facts. OVO after Drake's The Heart Part 6 dropped. Fast forward to April 2025, and Baka opened up about the beef on the Hot Freestyle podcast. He revealed he was ready to clap back at Kendrick hard and fast, saying, "Where I come from, you can't just call out a man without paperwork to back it up. It's ludicrous." Baka admitted the diss stirred up anger, especially seeing fans celebrate it like it was gospel. But Drake stepped in, telling him to let it go. Baka shared, "Drake messaged me and said, 'I know how you get down, but don't listen to the noise, it's just bots.'" Baka doubled down, calling Kendrick's accusations ridiculous and urging people to do their own research, pointing out the impact of such claims on his family, including his kid. So, who is Baka Not Nice, and where's he from? Born Travis Savory on March 6, 1979, in Toronto, Canada, Baka grew up in a tough environment that shaped his gritty outlook. He started as Drake's security guard, a loyal friend who had Drizzy's back, even stepping in during beefs like the one with Sauce Walka. Baka transitioned into music, contributing vocals to Drake's tracks like From Time on Nothing Was the Same and Free Smoke on More Life. In 2017, he signed to OVO Sound and Warner Records, dropping his debut single, Live Up to My Name, which peaked at number 77 on the Canadian Hot 100. Despite his musical rise, Baka's past includes prior convictions for armed robbery, assault, and drug trafficking, adding layers to his controversial persona. Today, he remains a key OVO member, often seen as the muscle behind Drake's empire, but his legal history keeps fueling debates about his place in the game. Now that we've covered the beef and Baka's roots, let's dig deeper into his journey in music, his legal battles, and his place in the OVO empire. Baka Not Nice didn't just stop at being Drake's muscle. He carved out his own lane in hip-hop, starting with small but impactful contributions to Drake's catalog. Back in 2013, you can hear his voice at the end of From Time on Nothing Was the Same, a track that gave us a glimpse of his raw energy. By 2017, he stepped up on More Life, delivering the outro to Free Smoke with that now iconic line, "Baka, yeah, we live," and adding backing vocals to Gilchester. Those moments showed Baka was more than just security. He had a voice that could resonate in the booth. That same year, Baka made it official, signing to OVO Sound and Warner Records on June 27, 2017, in front of a hyped-up crowd in Toronto. Just 3 days later, he dropped his debut single, Live Up to My Name, co-written by Drake himself. The track peaked at number 77 on the Canadian Hot 100, a modest but solid start for the rookie rapper. With lines like "I live up to my name," "I gotta maintain," Baka leaned into his street persona, blending gritty bars with a trap beat that had OVO fans buzzing. He followed up with projects like his 2018 EP For Millie, which included tracks like Money in the Bank, and his 2019 EP No Long Talk, featuring songs like My Town, that paid homage to his Toronto roots. While his discography isn't massive, Baka's music carries a raw authenticity, reflecting the life he's lived, from the streets to the studio. But Baka's journey hasn't been without controversy. His legal history paints a complicated picture. Beyond the 2014 case Kendrick referenced, Baka has priors stretching back years, including convictions for armed robbery, assault, discharging a firearm during a robbery, and possession for the purpose of trafficking. In 2007, he faced firearms charges in Toronto, as reported by the Toronto Star, adding to a rap sheet that's followed him into his music career. When he got out of jail after his 2014 stint, Drake celebrated his release, posting, "Been waiting for 11 months. Baka finally home." That loyalty from Drake shows how deep their bond runs, but it's also sparked debate. Some fans on X have questioned why Drake keeps Baka so close, especially after Kendrick's diss, while others argue Baka's past doesn't define his present, pointing to his focus on music as proof of change. Baka's role in OVO Sound goes beyond his own tracks. He's a symbol of the label's street credibility. Since signing in 2017, he's been part of a roster that includes heavyweights like Party Next Door and Majid Jordan, but Baka brings a different flavor. He's the enforcer turned artist, a reminder of OVO's Toronto roots and the hustle that built it. In a 2023 interview with Much Music, Baka explained the origin of his name, saying, "If you go at Drake, you're going to see Not Nice." That protective streak has defined his career, whether he's stepping in during Drake's beef with Sauce Walka or standing firm during the Kendrick feud. But it's not just about the bad guys. Baka clarified his Not Nice persona doesn't extend to women, showing a softer side beneath the tough exterior. Baka Not Nice story is a testament to the blurred lines between street life and hip-hop stardom. He's a Toronto native who turned his loyalty to Drake into a music career, but his past keeps casting a shadow. Is he a misunderstood artist trying to rise above his history, or does his rap sheet tell a different story? Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more from Urban Culture HQ on 365 OTG Media. Let's zoom in on the line that set the internet on fire. Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? Kendrick Lamar dropped that bombshell in his 2024 diss track, Not Like Us, and it's been a lightning rod ever since. So, what's the weird case all about? Let's break it down with the facts. In June 2014, Baka Not Nice, real name Travis Savory, was arrested in Toronto on some heavy charges, forcing a 22-year-old woman into prostitution, assaulting her, and taking her money. The woman, who was in an on-and-off relationship with Baka and worked as an escort, told police he pushed her to the floor during a heated argument. According to court details, she came home to find Baka passed out drunk with French fries burning in the oven. She started yelling at him, and he responded by shoving her down, leaving her crying for an hour. A week later, she called the cops. The case took a turn in 2015, when Baka pleaded guilty to assault and failing to comply with conditions tied to unrelated firearm charges from Brampton, which were later withdrawn. The more serious charges, procuring for prostitution and human trafficking, were dropped because the woman refused to testify, a common issue in such cases due to fear or trauma. Baka was sentenced to 6 months in jail on April 7, 2015, but walked free that day since he'd already spent 10 months in custody awaiting trial. This wasn't Baka's first brush with the law. He's got priors for armed robbery, assault, and drug trafficking, with his last conviction before this in 2007. When he got out, Drake celebrated hard, posting on Instagram, "Been waiting for 11 months. Baka finally home," and even rapped on "Know Yourself, I might declare it a holiday as soon as Baka get back on the road." Kendrick's lyric didn't just dig up the case, it sparked a firestorm. Fans on X have been relentless, with some calling Baka's continued presence in OVO a red flag, especially after Kendrick's certified pedophiles line. Others argue the dropped charges clear him, pointing out the assault plea doesn't match the trafficking allegations Kendrick implied. But the stench of those 2014 accusations lingers, and the question remains, why is Baka still around? Is it loyalty from Drake, who's stood by him through thick and thin? Or does it speak to a deeper issue in the OVO camp? The streets are talking, and the debate's far from over. For the full story, click the link in our description to dive deeper into Baka's case and the Kendrick Drake saga. What do you think? Should Baka still be in OVO after all this? Is Kendrick's bar a fair shot, or is he reaching? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more raw stories from Urban Culture HQ on 365 OTG Media.